All right, a massive welcome to all you marketing apprentices at Kent Business College. This one's for you. We're going to break down the absolute core skills you need for marketing planning so you can walk in and just ace that endpoint assessment. Let's dive right in.
So let me ask you a question. Does your day-to-day work sometimes feel less like a grand master strategy and a lot more like you're just running around putting out one fire after another? Come on, be honest. If you're nodding along right now, trust me, you are not alone.
And this state, this constant reaction mode, we call that firefighting. And it is the absolute opposite of strategic planning. You're just bouncing from one emergency to the next. And I get it, it feels super productive, right? You're busy, but it's actually one of the biggest, most dangerous traps in marketing. Okay, so let's get into exactly why this firefighting thing is such a problem. And more importantly, how a really solid plan can swoop in and be the superhero your marketing department desperately needs.
This quote pretty much hits the nail on the head, doesn't it? When you're just reacting all the time, you completely lose your focus, you lose your direction, and you have no idea if what you're doing is even working. You're not being effective, you're just busy.
So how do we fix it? Well, this is where it gets interesting. A good plan doesn't just tidy things up a bit. It completely transforms that chaos into clear, strategic, and, this is the important part, measurable results. And here's the thing. A plan isn't just some boring document that sits in a folder. It's your compass. It gives the entire organization a direction to follow. It makes sure the work you're doing actually lines up with the company's biggest goals. It keeps everyone on your team focused on the same prize, and crucially, it gives you a benchmark so you can prove you're winning. So what's the secret ingredient? What makes a plan go from just good to game-changing? It's not magic. It's actually something way more powerful. It's all about deeply, truly understanding your customer.
Let's look at a classic story of this in action. You see, Tesco wasn't always the giant it is today. They used customer insight to completely change the game, and believe it or not, it all started with a simple little loyalty card.
So picture this. It's the 1990s, and Tesco is playing second fiddle to its main rival, Sainsbury's. They were doing okay, but they weren't number one. Their market share was hanging out at around 19%. But then, they started analyzing customer shopping data. I mean, really digging in, figuring out what people were buying, when they were buying it, and what they might want next. And based on that insight, they launched the Club Card and bam! Their market share rocketed to over 21%, pushing them straight into the lead.
And here is the real-world impact of that move. That one data-driven strategy led to an estimated £600 million in extra sales. That is the massive difference between guessing what your customers want and actually listening to what their data is telling you. As an apprentice, this right here, this needs to be your mantra. Before you do anything, you have to ask, what customer insight is my plan actually based on? If you've got a good answer to that, you are on your way to creating some serious value. Okay, let's get into a seriously powerful tool you can start using right now for your assignments and definitely for your EPA. It's called the SawStack framework, and I want you to think of it as your blueprint for building the perfect plan.
So, what is SawStack? Just think of it like a step-by-step recipe for an amazing marketing plan. It was created by a guy named P.R. Smith, and it is one of the most popular models in the entire world for one simple reason. It's logical, it's thorough, and it just works.
The flow here is just fantastic because it guides you perfectly. You start with S, situation analysis. Basically, where are we right now? Then O, your objectives, where do we want to get to? From there, you build the big picture strategy and the nitty-gritty tactics. Then comes A for the action plan, and finally C for control. How are we going to measure all this? And make sure you never miss a single crucial step. Now this is a big one. This trips up so many marketers, so let's clear it up. What's the difference between strategy and tactics? Well, think of it like this. Strategy is your big picture game plan. It's the what and the why. Tactics are the specific plays you run to win the game. That's the how. So a strategy could be target tech-savvy millennials, and the tactic would be run an Instagram influencer campaign. See the difference? And that last step, control, is what makes SawStack so brilliant. It's not just tacked on at the end. It builds a feedback loop right into your plan. So you're not just executing and hoping for the best, you are constantly learning, measuring, and getting smarter for the next time around. Now, you might also come across something called the APIC model. So how's it different? Let me give you an analogy. SOST is like a detailed, turn-by-turn map for one big specific journey. APIC is more like the circular route a city bus takes all day, every day. It's a continuous repeating cycle.
APIC stands for Analyze, Plan, Implement, and Control. So in the Analyze phase, you'd use tools like SWOT to look at your own strengths and weaknesses, or PEST to look at the bigger picture stuff, like politics or the economy. The real power of this model is that it reminds you that planning is never finished. The stuff you learn in the control phase feeds right back into the next round of analysis. It's a powerful loop of constant improvement.
Okay, let's bring it all home. Let's wrap this up and talk about what this all means for you and your career.
All right, so if you remember nothing else, remember these 3 things. Number 1, planning is your secret weapon for turning chaos into focused, powerful action. Number 2, the best, most successful strategies are always built on real customer insight. And number 3, using a framework like SOSTAC gives you a proven, logical structure to deliver real, measurable business value. So there you have it. That's the blueprint for moving from chaos to control. The blueprint is yours now. So the only thing left to ask is, what's the very first question you're going to ask about your customer to kickstart your next brilliant plan? Go on, apply this stuff, and get ready to absolutely shine in that endpoint assessment.